Hi, my name is Finn. You don't know me. So, today, this morning on July 31st, 2024, we had a new announcement from Bungie roughly 4 hours ago, so about 10 to 11 a.m., that we were getting another massive layoff. Uh, another massive streak of layoffs. And it's being talked to death by all of the huge Destiny YouTubers. Bife is making tweets about it. Uh, Shadow has already made a video on it. Aztecross has made a video on it. Just from what I've seen, I haven't really looked into other places and other channels. But I thought that everyone does view streamers and content creators kind of as the voice of the community, but I felt that there was probably a little bit of value hearing from just some guy who plays the game rather than person whose everybody's names we recognize. So that's why I'm here today. The new path for Bungie. Honestly, at this point, when I read the title, I thought that it was going to be something like, oh, we're shifting most of our focus onto Marathon. We're going to, most of our resources going to be on Marathon. We're going to focus on Destiny less, stuff like that. But today was not a day of refocusing on a different project. It was one of the worst decisions followed by one of the worst excuses I have ever seen out of this company. And I mean that, and I was here the entirety of Lightfall. I've heard this company make some shit excuses. This morning, I'm sharing with all of you some of the most difficult changes we've ever had to make as a studio. Due to rising costs of development and industry shifts, as well as in enduring economic conditions, it has become clear that we need to make substantial changes to our cost structure and focus development efforts entirely on Destiny and Marathon. That means, beginning today, 220 of our roles will be eliminated, representing roughly 17% of our studio's workforce. I am questioning, just off of that, why on earth haven't you decided to first attempt to reorganize where money is going first, instead of making layoffs like you did back in October of last year? That pissed us off, because this is pissing us off too. It's the same thing. You did the exact same thing. And they're deepening their integration with Sony Interactive. I'm not gonna read through the entire thing, because I believe that this is something that most of you, if you're watching this, have already heard about it plenty. But it's honestly ridiculous. And if we go over here to Twitter, they made the post right here, and Bungie's trending. I believe that this is, yeah, followed by Bungie. This is someone who got laid off today. So, like, the ex-employees and the community is just absolutely tearing Pete a new asshole. And he deserves to be torn a new asshole, because this is a absurd. Bungie is, hold on, let's go over here. I don't know how true this is, but apparently he bought, what was it, 17 cars since the start of this year. So in the last almost 8 months, he's bought 17 cars. It's a beside the point. Bungie is a multi-billion-dollar company. And especially with how much they make off of not only just the expansion sales, but the Eververse as well. They still make money off of Halo 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and Reach. Because those are still their games. It is laughable that this company is reportedly having such issues with money that they have to lay off that many people. I made a thread about this a little bit ago. Not even an hour ago yet. And it's just like, as they mentioned in the article, they had several projects going on that weren't Destiny and weren't Marathon. So, if you're having issues with money, why in the ever-loving fuck did you decide to just lay people off rather than first shelve those projects? I get it. That's hard to do. It's hard to walk away from something that you've already dumped money and time into, and especially for the devs. To be said, hey, this thing that you're putting so much effort into, stop. Stop that. I get it. But we're waiting for Marathon. Destiny is still a fantastic game that people want to keep playing. People want to see Destiny keep going. We just finished Act 2 of Echoes. We're waiting for Revenant and Heresy, and then the Year 11 stuff next year. It's just... it baffles me. I'm honestly so... I have a loss for words, basically. It's like, I don't even know how they thought any of this was sustainable. And then instead of cutting back on unnecessary spending, they just view their employees as unnecessary spending at this point, basically. And another thing, they mentioned how they're going to start a spin-off studio at Sony and make spin-off games under Sony. So why not the best, like, if you need those people to be off and not spend money to pay them, here's an idea, because I know you have the fucking money for it, because you're a multi-billion-dollar company. Take them and say, hey, we're having a little bit of financial issues. We're not going to lay you off, though. We're going to put you on kind of like a leave. And whenever we get this studio going on Sony, we're going to move you to that. So you still have job security. You're still going to have your benefits of being employed. We're just not going to pay you for the time being because you're not working. Or we could put you on light duty that we have to pay you less for. It's like, I pray that not only Pete steps the fuck down, because, oh my god, this is the fumble of the century, but if they do get to better economic situations or whatever, where they have the ability to hire people back, that those people that got laid off today and the people who got laid off in October have like first class access. Like, okay, this person has never worked at Bungie, but this person got laid off, so this person's getting the fucking job back. Because, dear Lord, this is one of the worst fuck ups I've ever seen, and I'm putting that up there with Activision sending a cease and desist to SM2 back in 2022. I went on a whole rant back then, whenever, a little bit of personal backstory. The reason I started playing Destiny is because not only did I like the universe, I liked the grind, I liked what Destiny was, but I used to be a Call of Duty player. And Activision, if you've been paying attention at all for the last 10 years, Activision is one of the worst fucking companies in the United States, up there with EA. So I left Call of Duty because I thought Bungie was a better company. And I still do, at this point, think that Bungie is a better company than Activision. I think that it's really, really, really hard to stoop as low as Activision. But this is still absurd. I am at a loss for words because I thought that the layoffs in October was like, okay, this sucks, I'm pissed, none of these people deserve to get laid off, but the worst is behind us. And then they said, hey, yo, watch this, you want to see me do it again? Are you serious? It's like, I don't know what to say. I really don't fucking know what to say. It's... people are going home to a thought of, okay, now what? People are having their entire livelihoods taken away from them. So, just because some people in fucking suits said, you're not worth it anymore. And the people who are making these decisions have probably never met any of these devs face to face except for, like, the team leads. And they insisted that the Sony deal would not result in layoffs. And then it resulted in layoffs twice. And that's the thing, is that half of these people are not finding out, they're not being handed a formal termination. They're finding out that this is the second example that I've seen of people working at Bungie and finding out they got fired through fucking Twitter. Why? It's like, not only have you fumbled so unbelievably hard just doing this, but you don't even have the professionality to terminate your employees yourself, instead shutting down their employee IDs and just waiting for them to figure it out themselves. I used to want to work for you, Bungie. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Whenever I started playing this game during the Witch Queen, I was like, this is one of the best games I've ever played. I loved Halo when I was growing up. Bungie is a great company. I want to work for Bungie. And now I'm sitting here like, I don't even know if I could feel comfortable doing that. Because at this point, they've proven to me that everyone at Bungie has to sit here and think to themselves that they don't really have job security. I have more job security as a food service worker than these professionals have in the games industry. And that's disturbing to me. That's disturbing that some of these extremely talented people that have all worked together to bring me one of the best gaming experiences I've ever had in my life, that caused me to leave, that caused me to meet amazing people, is one of the worst companies that you could probably work for, at least right now. Some of these people are sitting there at their desk right now, right fucking now, at 11 o'clock in the morning, thinking to themselves, I'm not safe. My employment is not safe. And I just don't know what the fuck to say. I don't know what to say anymore.